In this video, 5 Mandalorians sneak their way into an Imperial Training Ground in order to destroy a communications hub, a strike that will set the stage for a later all-out attack on the same stronghold. Groups of Stormtroopers patrol the grounds, unaware of the impending hit and run. Will the Mandalorians succeed? Will the alarm be sound? Will Imperial reinforcements arrive? Stick around to find out as we play a modified version of Star Wars Miniatures by Wizards of the Coast. Hello gamers, Matthew here from Grey Army Gaming in lovely Fågelund, Sweden. As you can see, we have our Imperial Training Ground set up, and we've added some dungeon tiles to make the space a little bit larger. We have got a really cool scenario. The idea behind this now is we have got 5 Mandalorians who have snuck into this training ground. Unbeknownst to the Imperial soldiers here, the Stormtroopers have no idea that they're coming. The Stormtroopers are just patrolling the area. The idea now is that these Mandalorians are going to have to sneak their way into this room where they are going to need to destroy this communication hub. And once they do that, they are then to flee off of the battlefield as quickly as possible. Now, there's some really cool special rules I have set up for this scenario that deal with artificial intelligence and moving our Stormtroopers. So let's go ahead and give you some of those special rules before we show you the deployments. The first rule has to do with movement of patrols. The patrols are always in groups of 2, and they will always move 6 inches if possible, and in the direction shown by the direction die. If possible, the patrols will open the doors and allow the second patroller to make a move through the door. Once we have moved the patrols, we will then allow the Mandalorians to take their individual moves. At the end of the Mandalorian movement, that will be the end of turn 1. The second rule has to do with the alarm. No alarm will go off as long as the Mandalorians remain hidden. If they attack a patrol, the alarm does not go off if the Stormtroopers are killed by the end of the turn. If, however, the alarm does go off, I will then take control of the Stormtroopers and move them towards the communication hub and allow them to attack like normal. To signify that the alarm has gone off, we will take this orange ring and place it over the top of our turn die like that. The third rule has to do with reinforcements. When we hit round 6, the Empire will have found the Mandalorian ship and thus have sent in reinforcements to one of the 5 entrances. So we will take our reinforcements here and we will roll a d6 for each one of them and allow them to come in on their turn on one of our 5 entrances, which we have marked with dice. There's entrance 1, entrance 2 right over here, entrance 3 over here, entrance 4 up there, and the 5th entrance is over there. What makes this scenario fun is that at the moment, the Mandalorians outnumber the Stormtroopers with 85 points to 55 points. However, if the reinforcements come onto the battlefield successfully, then the point value of the Empire will jump up to 135. So the Mandalorians will go suddenly from being 30 points ahead to 50 points behind. The fourth rule has to do with the communication hub. We have assigned that 50 hit points and it can be attacked with a melee attack for an automatic hit. 50 hit points and it is destroyed. Victory conditions for the game are as follows. If the communication hub remains intact, the Empire wins. If it is destroyed, however, the scale of the victory for the Mandalorians depends on how many of the Mandalorians can escape the training ground. If 5 of them escape, we have an exceptional victory. If 4 escape, we have a great victory. If 3 escape, we have a moderate victory. If 2 escape, we have a mild victory. If 1 escapes, we have a weak victory. And if none of them escapes, but the hub is destroyed, we have a tie. With the rules laid out, we can go ahead now and show you deployment. For the Empire, we have 5 groups of 2 Stormtroopers on patrol, and they are spread out around this central room here. In the room with the communication hub, we have 1 more Stormtrooper who is defending that communication hub. For our Mandalorians, we have 5 different kinds of Mandalorians. The first one over here is the Mandalorian Marauder. If we follow the map down here into the center, we have the Mandalorian Trooper coming in on this entrance. Over onto this side, we have our Mandalorian Captain. Up on the top, we have our Mandalorian gunslinger, and finally over here on the 5th entrance, we have our Mandalorian trooper. Alright, so there we have the setup for this game. Let's go ahead and start us out on turn number 1 and have our Stormtroopers make their patrol movements. Starting off now with this group right here. They will be moving 6 inches that direction. Moving over, opening the door. And finishing off by that other door, we will open that one as well. Next off, let's move this group right here. So 6 inches downward. The group over here in the forest will be next. Getting a little bunched up here, but they're probably just chatting about their day. Next, let's do our second last group right here. And our 5th and final group of patrols, those guys right there. Alright, so there we have our Stormtroopers that are kind of bunched up in some places, but they're moving around the board. Let's go ahead now and sneak our Mandalorians into the training ground. First off, let's move this guy right here and actually not take him up to that door in case the Stormtroopers open the door. Let's keep him hidden around the corner. Next, let's go ahead and move our 12 inches here. We got to get this guy up the spiral staircase. This Mandalorian is just going to run up a couple squares and get some cover. On second thought, let's keep him going a little bit more. And because he ends his turn there, he's able to open up that door. Let's run up the gunslinger, have him end his turn by that door and open it up. And finally, with our soldier, this is getting dangerous. We have a couple Stormtroopers making their way over there. Let's move him up very carefully. Keep him around the corner. On second thought, we'll bring him a little bit further. As long as he ends his turn behind that statue, he'll be under cover. And that brings us now to the end of turn 1. Let's go over here and flip this over to turn 2. And let's let the patrols take their random movement. Starting off with this patrol right here. So you can see they're getting dangerously close now to the Marauder. Next patrol here. Going up. This group right here. Going down. Next, let's have this group move here. Heading slightly up and to the left. And finally, this last group right here. Alright, let's move over to the Mandalorians. Time for them to make their move. This courtyard here is looking pretty open, so let's get our Mandalorian trooper first and move him up there. And let's get our captain in position as well. The gunslinger, it looks like he can also get in there. For our final 2 Mandalorians, I think we'll keep that guy where he is. We're not going to run him out yet. He is still hidden behind those stairs. And our other guy over here, let's keep him hidden behind that statue. He is not quite ready to trip the alarm yet, but maybe there will be a powerful attack next round. So let's leave it there. Move on over here to round 3 and have our Stormtroopers go ahead and make their random movements. Starting in the bottom here. They are moving down. Dangerously close now to the Mandalorian. He is still hidden behind the stairs. Next round, it looks like the alarm may be tripped. Next group over here. Likewise heading over. Next, this patrol group right here. Heading back down. So they are super clumped up right here, which is really good for the Mandalorians because they're going to be able to make a run for it next round. Final 2 groups. Let's start with the one on the right. And the second group on the left. All right, that's going to move them up, bringing them pretty close to our other Mandalorian soldier. All right, time for our Mandalorians to move. Let's start out with our soldier on the top, run him straight down 12, around the statue, remaining hidden, and have him open that door. Oh, what to do with these 3 Mandalorians? I think I'm going to try to send them up and around and to avoid that big clump of Stormtroopers. And finally down here, I think we have to jump out of the stairs and begin to attack. Let's move him into position and attack. Here we go, hitting on a 7+. And it's a 5. No, he misses. He misses. And the alarm goes off. Let's go ahead and roll for initiative here. So moving now to our 4th round, and the alarm has been set off. So now I have control over the Stormtroopers. We roll initiative, and we move them 2 activations at a time like normal. Mandalorians here now with the red, and the Empire with the blue. And it'll be 17-4. The Mandalorians begin. First activation, let's have this Mandalorian attack again on that trooper there. And once again, we need to show a 7. And it's a 6, another miss. Second activation, let's have this Mandalorian soldier who is standing by the open doorway shoot over here at this Stormtrooper who is also standing there at the open doorway. Double attack, instead of moving, we need an A+. And it's a 15! Boom, he's gone! And with him out of the picture, the door now shuts here behind them. Sensing the danger here, let's go ahead and have this Stormtrooper pile in, and we'll have both of them activate and attack him right here, this Marauder. Hitting on a 4+. First one, yes. Second one, yes. 20 points of damage, dropping him down to 20. Next activation, let's have our captain sprint through the door that is being held here. He can get all the way up to this other door and open it. And next thing, let's activate our gunslinger, and he can get all the way into that room now with a movement of 12. Well, almost. Right up to the door. 2 of them right in the doorway. Seeing what is happening here, we're going to activate these two Stormtroopers and have them run over here and take a shot off onto this guy so that hopefully they can take him out and close that door. All right, hitting on a 14 plus. No, it's a 10. Second guy moving up. Also hitting on a 14 plus. Here we go. 20! Whoa! Critical hit! So 20 points of damage, dropping the Mandalorian soldier down to 20. Next, we got to move our Mandalorian trooper into combat with that other Stormtrooper. 8 plus to hit. And it's a 16. Yes! The remaining 6 activations now go to the Empire. First off, let's activate this guy, send him up, and take a shot off. Hitting on a 14 plus. 2, it's a miss. Other guy, activate him. Do the same thing. And it's a 5 miss. Down here to these Stormtroopers. Let's have the first one move up 2 spaces. Open that door. We will send, let's see here. He's able to actually fire. He's got a line of sight on the captain. Hitting on a 14 plus. No, it's a 4, miss. Let's activate the next guy here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 spaces, and we'll have him shoot at the captain as well. Also needing a 14. No, another miss. Let's take this guy here, put him through this door. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, also on the captain. 16, yes. Dropping the captain down to 50. Excuse me, 40. And finally, let's have this last Stormtrooper defending the communication hub. He's going to also fire at the captain, but the captain has cover. Need an 18 plus. Come on. Natural 1. All right, that brings us to the end of that round, and we have taken out 2 Stormtroopers, and these Mandalorians are advancing, making their way into this room. We have got a massive bloody fight down here at this point, and over here on the top we have got the Mandalorian soldier holding the door, another trooper coming over here, but he's faced down by 3 Stormtroopers. Pretty exciting game. We are going to have to flip over now to our 5th round, and that means the next round, the 6th round, reinforcements arrive. Let's go ahead and roll off our initiative for round 5. And it's going to be 18-5. The Empire begins. First off, let's activate a Stormtrooper and bring him right into that doorway with that Mandalorian soldier. 14 plus to hit. And it's a natural 1. Let's send the next guy in and also attack. 15! That'll drop the Mandalorian soldier down to 10 hit points, so he is almost out of commission. Next activation, let's send our gunslinger and our captain running into the communication hub, and they're going to attack it. So our captain has twin attack, doing 40 points of damage. Our gunslinger also gets twin attack because of the commander effect, so he does 20 points of damage, 60, which is more than the 50 hit points, enough for them to destroy the communication hub. And with that massive explosion, the other Mandalorians realize that the communication hub has been taken out, and now their task is to get the heck out of here. Back to the Empire. First activation, let's go ahead and tie up this guy up here by that Stormtrooper. 14 plus to hit. 7, it's a miss. Next, let's charge into that captain. 14 plus to hit. 13, just misses. 2 Mandalorian activations. Let's start up on the top. Trooper needs an 8 plus to kill the Stormtrooper. It's a 3! No, he misses! Mandalorian soldier is going to come across and attack this Stormtrooper here, also needing an A+. 10! Yes! Activating the Marauder here, we're going to have him try to flee off of the battlefield now that he knows that the communication hub is destroyed. Each of these guys, however, get attacks of opportunity. First guy here hitting on a 4+. 11, yes, but he has a parry. The Marauder has a parry, and 11 plus. No! He takes 10 points of damage, bringing him down to 10. Second guy here, same thing, 4 plus. No, it's a 2! No, he misses! So with 30 points of damage down to 10 points, our Marauder is able successfully to turn around and to flee off of the battlefield. Well, with that Marauder gone, these two guys right down here are going to run back into the building. The final 3 activations now going to the Empire. These guys right here are going to pile in and try and stop the gunslinger and the captain from getting away. First off, attacking the captain here, needing a 14 plus. 14, yes, 10 more points of damage. 13 plus over here for this captain. And it's a 9, that's a miss. And finally, a shot over here on the captain. We have cover through his own guy here. So he is going to be hitting now on a 18 plus. 13 miss. So that brings us to the end of round 5, and here is how things are looking. We have a big pile-up combat here right in the middle with the captain and the gunslinger getting surrounded by stormtroopers. Over here we have a couple minor skirmishes here, but we are now into the 6th round, which means reinforcements are going to be arriving on the Empire turn. The Empire has found the Mandalorian ship, and the reinforcements have now arrived. Let's go ahead and roll off for initiative. All right, this is huge. If the Empire gets this, they are setting the big guns in right away. Here we go. And it's a 15 to a 6. The Mandalorians get to begin with their 2 activations. Let's begin on top. We're going to have this trooper try to take off out this direction. However, the Stormtrooper will get an attack of opportunity. Hitting on a 14 plus. 2, it's a miss. And we, for our second activation, will have this soldier also try to take off towards the same exit. Also an attack of opportunity. With a 6, he's going to miss. Okay, let's go over to the Empire. Now, the reinforcements have arrived, and we need to roll off which exit entrance they are coming in on. If they roll a 5, they are going to be able to cut off those Mandalorians who are just fleeing. Let's start over here with these guys. First roll, a 2. Next guy, a 1. And finally, we have a 5. Oh my gosh! Yes, they're going to stop the Mandalorians! So let's set these guys out before we have any activations. All right, time to have the reinforcements attack. Let's start with the officer attacking onto this trooper. Double attack, 8 plus. First one, 15 goes through. Second one, 11. Yes, 20 points of damage. All right, and let's have the heavy stormtrooper. Actually, this guy right here, he's also going to attack. He hasn't moved, so plus 6 on a 10 plus. He does 30 points of damage and kills the Mandalorian. Here we go, 10 plus. 18! Whoa! Oh, man. So the reinforcements are kicking some butt. Let's go back to the Mandalorians. Okay, these two guys right here are boxed into this room, so they're going to have to attack if they want to get out. Let's start with the gunslinger. Killing on a 5 plus. That's a 17, yes. It was actually on a 4 plus because of cunning attack, but it doesn't matter. He got him anyway. The captain here is actually going to lob a grenade onto this guy, which means both these guys need to take saving throws of an 11 plus or they are taken out of commission. Starting with the guy in the back, 11 plus, 20. And this guy right here in front of the captain, a 2. No, so he is gone from the explosion of the grenade. All of the rest of activations go to the Empire now. Let's begin by piling these guys in here, bringing them into combat. And we will have them attack all 3 of these guys right here. These two guys right here, 14 plus on the captain. First guy misses, second guy, no, misses. This guy also here is going to be attacking our gunslinger, misses on an 8. Next two activations, both these guys are going to turn around and take shots off on that Mandalorian soldier up on the top. 14 plus to hit, 20, oh, double damage! So with the critical hit, 20 points of damage, that's enough to knock out that Mandalorian. This guy up here on the side didn't actually move, so we're going to bring him down and have him open up this door. These guys in the corner, we're going to just run them up. They're going to try to get into the battlefield somehow. These two down here also sprinting in. And finally, this last guy is going to run up here and open up this door. Okay, end of round 6. Things are looking pretty grim for the Mandalorians. Yes, they have taken out the communication hub, but only one of their guys has disappeared as we have got Stormtroopers that are just pouring into this area at this point. Let's go ahead and roll off initiative, and it'll be 16-1. The Mandalorians begin. Starting out with the gunslinger here, twin attack, 20. That's enough to kill him. This guy right here, also twin attack. Yes, 18 is enough to take him out. Yes, still a little bit of hope, but now the big guns are coming in. Let's start with the Empire. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we are going to shoot at the captain. Actually, a heavy stormtrooper here can actually move and shoot, so we'll leave him there. Instead, we'll have our captain, our officer, come in here and take a shot at the captain instead. Hitting on a 10 plus. And it is a 10. 10 more points of damage, bringing the captain down to 20. Let's bring this other stormtrooper in here and have him take a shot off on the captain as well. 14 plus. 3, miss. Next two stormtroopers up here coming on in. And we're going to have both of them take shots off onto the gunslinger. 13 plus to hit. And it's an 18. Yes, second shot, 13 plus. And it's a 10, so one shot goes through. Gunslinger avoiding it on an 11 plus. 20. Natural 20. He is able to avoid that shot. And finally, let's have this guy right here also attack the captain. 14. It's a hit. 10 points of damage. Captain down to 10 points. Let's activate our two reinforcements up here and bring them down into the battlefield. And last of all, these two guys over here. Okay, that brings us to the end of that round, and things are looking rough for the Mandalorians. Let's go ahead and roll off our initiative. This could be the final one. And it looks like 7-4 for the Empire. And I think that is where we're going to call the game right now, because if we look at what's going on here, this guy's going to get a shot off on them. These guys are all going to pile in. We have got reinforcements pouring in. The only way out of this room is where the Mandalorians are standing. Our captain is down to 10 hit points, and we have 50 hit points left on our gunslinger, but he is quickly going to get overwhelmed by the other reinforcements coming into this training ground. So what we will do is we will say that the Mandalorians fight to the end, but they are not strong enough. They cannot get out of this room, and they fall where they stand. And with that, we come to the conclusion of this battle report. Now, the Mandalorians were able to destroy the communication hub, but only one of them was able to escape from the battlefield, and they probably will get picked up anyway as they go to jump into their ship and take off. So we will say that this is indeed a victory for the Mandalorians, but a very weak victory indeed. The communication hub has been destroyed, which means that the greater attack that is coming may now proceed. This is kind of fun to try out this special game with some special rules, the special movement of these stormtroopers as they were patrolling the battlefield, and it was kind of fun to run the Mandalorians around and keep them hidden as long as possible, but maybe I actually kept them hidden a little too long, and which allowed for the reinforcements to come in and to block off those exits. It was really fortunate for the Empire. We rolled a 5, and they came in on exactly that exit that 2 of the Mandalorians were running out on. So pretty exciting, pretty close. close there at the end. Well, if you like this kind of content, please do give us a thumbs up and leave us a comment, and we will continue to produce this kind of Star Wars miniatures content in the future. And most of all, thank you for joining us here today at Grey Army Gaming for the future of gaming.